Hello, salutations everyone from the amazing YouTube enthusiast. This is what Brian thinks adventure, speaking to each as well as every one of you. I am very excited, very proud, very pleased to present you all very wonderful, very amazing, very exciting and wonderful YouTube enthusiasts with enthusiasm for this amazing live mid-March 2026 update to tell you the very wonderful positive highlights of all the very wonderful, amazing things, what has been going on during this month of this March as well. And also, as part of this live mid-March 2026 update, folks, I am very eager, very excited, very pleased to tell you the very wonderful, amazing announcements as we go along with this live mid-March 2026 update. Are you ready to hear it, everybody? You are? Excellent. Let's get started. For those of you who would like to know, at the beginning of Sunday, March 1st of this year, folks, our coaches in AS1 All-Stars 1 presented me with the amazing Special Olympics All-Stars 1 Bowling League I Beat My Coach Award on Beat the Coach Day of Sunday, March 1st of this year. We also had my friend Kellen's dad, Mike, who also participated on the amazing Beat the Coach. And our coaches in AS1 All-Stars 1 Special Olympics 5-pin bowling presented me with this I Beat My Coach Award on last week and a half ago, 10 days ago, Sunday, March 1st of this year as well, ladies and gentlemen. And that's not all. I also have some very wonderful, exciting news. You're gonna love to hear. So recently, on Sunday, March 1st of Beat the Coach Day this year, folks, I made a tremendous 149 points, 205 points to an epic high score over 354 points. And also, 3 days ago, this past Sunday, on Sunday, March 8th of this year, ladies and gentlemen, I made a tremendous epic high score marathon with 184 points, 330 points to an epic high score, total 514 points in 2 games of Special Olympics 5-pin bowling. And most of all, everyone, I am very excited, very pleased to present you with 3 wonderful, amazing turkey cards our coaches in Special Olympics 5-pin bowling present to me as well. So this is very exciting news. So I very recently got amazing 3 strikes involving a turkey in frame 6, 7, 8. 3 strikes in a row with a 4-bagger on the first game of bowling, and also made an additional 184 points in Special Olympics 5-pin bowling, ladies and gentlemen. Also, on the second game of bowling in AS1 All-Stars 1 Special Olympics 5-pin bowling, folks, I reached over a spare double strike in frame 2 and 3 with additional 95 points, and also made a turkey in frame 5, 6, 7, 8, involving a 4-bagger, a top-off spare on frame 9, and also the biggest finish of all, ladies and gentlemen, I made an epic 3 strikes, an epic turkey in 3 strikes in a row on frame 10. So this is what I call, ladies and gentlemen, an epic triple turkey card in frame 6, 7, 8 in the first game of bowling, as well as frame 5, 6, 7 with the 4-bagger in frame 8, spare, top-off spare frame 9, and 3 strikes to an epic 330 points in frame 10. So on the very positive news, ladies and gentlemen, we are very excited, very pleased to announce we are officially on our very final 2 Sundays, final 2 weeks of my amazing 6-month, final last month of AS1 All-Stars 1 Special Olympics 5-pin bowling at Doon Bowling Lanes for the 2025-2026 AS1 All-Stars 1 Special Olympics 5-pin bowling. And also, on Sunday, March 29th, is our very last day of the 2025-2026 AS1 All-Stars 1 Special Olympics 5-pin bowling at Doon Bowling Lanes. Also, before I go into any of that, I am very excited, very pleased to tell you the very wonderful news. with the very wonderful, amazing excitement. What just happened in the start of my amazing 6 month of the 2025-2026 Special Olympics 10-pin bowling at Gateway Entertainment Center and Gateway Bowling Lanes as well. For those of you who would like to know, I made an epic, tremendous high-score marathon with 108 points with a double strike on the first game of bowling. Second game of bowling, I made a spare with an epic 3 strikes and involving a turkey, and also reached an epic high score, 155 points. Third game of bowling, 108 points, so an epic 371 points in three games of bowling and my 6 month in Special Olympics 10-pin bowling at Gateway Entertainment Center, Gateway Bowling Lanes as well. Our coaches in Special Olympics 10-pin bowling, head coach Todd, Tracy, Corey, Savannah's parents, Rona, Neil, our coach Jamal, were very, very impressed with the amazing performances. Our Leafs team and I, Harry, Max, Delio, and I, the four of us had very well performed. And also the coaches in Special Olympics 10-pin bowling are very impressed the way I am helping my teammates and teaching them the very understandings, and also, most importantly, not rolling the 10-pin bowling ball too early before the curtain goes up, and also not rolling it before getting close to the line to roll the bowling ball as well. Also, I have some very big announcements too, folks. Last week ago, at the beginning of this March, I had the very wonderful opportunity to take the bus on St. Albert Transit's commuter bus route 201 St. Albert via 118th Avenue with my USB-C T-Zone Fireball 10-pin bowling ball to the new Splitsville Bowl at Christie's Corner in Northwest Edmonton near St. Albert very recently as well, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, you may as well know, I had a very wonderful opportunity to test out my amazing USB-C T-Zone Fireball 10-pin bowling ball at Splitsville Bowl at Christie's Corner near St. Albert very recently. It was a lot of fun. I did 3 games of bowling with the amazing 125 points with the double strike, 93 points, 117, 335, and also the amazing staff members of Splitsville Bowl. The people of Splitsville Bowl were very friendly, very amazing. I was very impressed too with the amazing service and how very pristine the lanes are. And in fact, my very first visit of Special Olympic, hold on. I'm very pleased to say my first visit at Splitsville Bowl, Christie's Corner, Northwest Edmonton near St. Albert, was a very wonderful experience. I also sent them a very wonderful, amazing 5 out of 5 stars Google review, and sent them a very wonderful positive survey with the more amazing 5 out of 5 stars with 10 out of 10 stars down the road as well, ladies and gentlemen. In my experience, my first visit to Splitsville Bowl was an absolute amazing time, and I am looking forward to using my 10-pin bowling ball, my USB-C T-Zone Fireball 10-pin bowling ball the next time I use the St. Albert Transit commuter bus 201 St. Albert via 118th Avenue the next time I go again. I'm also very excited, very pleased to tell each as well as every one of you, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking forward to the Special Olympics Bowlathon at Bonnie Doon Bowling Lanes this spring and middle of April of next month. On Saturday, April 18th of next month, after my mom's birthday, April 15th next month as well. Most importantly, everybody, my YouTube subscribers has now reached over 6,096 YouTube subscribers. I am now surpassing towards 6,100. Another 900 more. I'm going to reach 7,000 down the road. So I hope you YouTubers are listening to this too. And also, very excited, very pleased to tell each as well as every one of you, I am so very excited, very pleased to say my average in Special Olympics 10-pin bowling has surpassed over 119, 120, 121. And also in AS1 All-Stars 1 Special Olympics 5-pin bowling has now surpassed 181, 182, gone past 183. In fact, after getting those triple turkey cards, folks, I surpassed my average passing not just 181, 82, 83, and 84, but I dashed passing from 95 points plus 45 points to 140, 185, 40 points to 225 points, and 30 points to 255, another 30 points with this top off spare to 285 points, an epic 3 strikes in a row, 45 points to 330 points. All of the coaches in AS1, All-Stars 1, Special Olympics 5-pin bowling were very happy, very impressed with the amazing performances. And I have a very positive feeling on our very last day of my amazing fourth season of my amazing participation in the 2025-2026 AS1 All-Stars 1 Special Olympics 5-pin bowling. I am so very excited to see what my amazing medal and my amazing marks and my achievement on my medal will look like this year. And also, who knows? I may be getting the amazing 250 club pin, high game, 300 club pin in AS1 All-Stars 1 Special Olympics 5-pin bowling again at the end of this year's Special Olympics 2025-2026 All-Stars 1 Special Olympics 5-pin bowling season as well. Anywho, I have been posting YouTube videos of all the random public transit systems very recently. In fact, St. Albert Transit has now added 2025-2026 Nova LFS 40-foot low-floor Nova LFS buses, and including 60-foot low-floor articulated Nova commuter low-floor buses, 60-foot low-floor Nova articulated buses too, for St. Albert Transit's fleet as well. In fact, I had the very wonderful, amazing opportunity on my way to and from the new Splitsville Bowl to make YouTube videos of the amazing St. Albert Transit 2009 New Flyer D60 LFR bus 823 on 201 St. Albert via 118th Avenue on my way to Splitsville Bowl. And also on my way from Splitsville Bowl, I also made another amazing articulated commuter bus video featuring St. Albert Transit's 2012 diesel 60-foot low-floor articulated bus 826 on 201 MacEwan University via downtown Edmonton on my way back as well. They're also on my YouTube channel. In fact, my YouTube video of all the amazing ETS buses, Strathcona County buses, St. Albert Transit buses, the ETS LRT trains, the Capital Line, Metro Line, and the Valley Line LRT, the Calgary Transit C trains, our GO trains, our GO buses, our subways and streetcars on the TTC, Toronto Transit Commission, our familiar HSR buses of Hamilton Street Railway on my visits in Hamilton, Ontario. From Edmonton, Alberta, my YouTube channel has been growing above and beyond, as well as elevators and escalators, Disney content, brass tactics content has been going above and beyond. This live mid-March 2026 update, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be on the premiere either today, Wednesday, March 11th, 2026, or the following day, Thursday, March 12th, 2026. And also, before I close off, ladies and gents, I was given a triple turkey stamp on both of my back of my hands too. In fact, all of the coaches in AS1 All-Stars 1 Special Olympics 5-pin bowling, Tracy, Javon, Garth, Marianne, Jillian, Tori, Judy, Cliff, Betty, Rolly, Evan's dad, Glenn, Coach Richard, all of the coaches were very, very impressed with the amazing performances, how very well our fireball striker team, Evan, Callan, Daniel, and I, the four of us have been performing. And also our coaches, head coach Todd, Tracy, Corey, Savannah's parents, Ron O'Neill, Jamal, were also very, very impressed with the performances, how very well our Leafs team, Harry, Max, Delio, and I, the four of us have been performing very well. In fact, the coaches, our coaches of Special Olympics 10-pin bowling have told me they are very happy, very impressed to hear with the amazing performances, the way I am sending out the positive news to all the amazing teams and reminding them how to do very well, how to stay in the middle of the pins too, and avoiding the off-center gutter balls, and how to stay in the middle, how to achieve the amazing strikes, and also keeping things on a very positive, straightforward answer as well, ladies and gentlemen. And also, before I go, I am also very excited, very pleased to tell you, my mom, my stepdad, and I, this past Monday, a couple days ago, we had a very wonderful, amazing supper at the old spaghetti factory in the Ice District in the downtown area. We had mozzarella triangles. Also, they have amazing bread with the amazing garlic butter. It's really off the famous charts. And also their pastas, folks. And their spaghettis, fettuccinis, and all the pasta noodles are very famously off the charts. In fact, their specials are very off the charts, very tasty, very amazing. They also have French onion soups, salads on their menus as well. In fact, I am also hoping to get things very well back on track and also get my work availability at Loblaw City Market, get my schedule straightened out after I wrap up my amazing fourth season in my amazing participation in both AS1 All-Stars 1 Special Olympics 5-pin bowling between the final 2 Sundays of my 6-month, very final month of AS1 All-Stars 1 Special Olympics 5-pin bowling at Bonnie Doon Bowling Lanes, including the final 3 months of Special Olympics 10-pin bowling before as well as after Special Olympics Bowlathon at Bonnie Doon Bowling Lanes in April, including Special Olympics 10-pin bowling between Saturday, March 21st, 7th month in Special Olympics 10-pin bowling, Saturday, April 25th, 8th month, very last day of Special Olympics 10-pin bowling with the pizza party, awards presentation, year-end celebration as well, and looking forward to sending a very wonderful thank you to all the coaches, the amazing athletes, the amazing, wonderful this year of 2025-2026 Special Olympics 5-pin bowling and 10-pin bowling, and also tell them it has been a very wonderful, tremendous honor and very wonderful, tremendous privilege to serve as a very wonderful, amazing AS1 All-Stars 1 Special Olympics team member at AS1 All-Stars 1 5-pin bowling at Bonnie Doon Bowling Lanes and Special Olympics 10-pin bowling at Gateway Entertainment Center, Gateway Bowling Lanes as well for this year's 2025-2026 Special Olympics bowling season with a very positive closing. I am very excited, very pleased to say I am looking forward on taking on both AS1 All-Stars 1 Special Olympics 5-pin bowling at Bonnie Doon Bowling Lanes again and Special Olympics 10-pin bowling at Gateway Entertainment Center, Gateway Bowling Lanes on the south side again. Come my amazing 5th season in my amazing participation in the 2026-2027 season next year, next fall, next October 2026 as well, ladies and gentlemen. The future of Special Olympics bowling is absolutely very bright. In fact, I'm looking forward to hoping to plan my trips to visit my old friends in Hamilton, Toronto, the Greater Toronto Hamilton area, visiting my Auntie Paula in Waterdown again, and planning my amazing bus trips on our HSR Hamilton Street Railway buses to use our familiar bus routes up and down the south side, east-west Hamilton Mountain Escarpment areas on visits in Hamilton again, especially Waterdown, Aldershot Station, use our Go Bus and Go trains on Go Transit on Lakeshore West. I am always very careful on the subway and the streetcar on the TTC, Toronto Transit Commission in the downtown area, and also love visiting Ossington Station with a quick westbound, eastbound subway trip adventure at Dufferin Station, and I'm always very careful there, always go during the day, never very late at night, and always very smart and very wise with the same rules as my Auntie Paula and my mom has taught me how to use the subway and the streetcar in the downtown Toronto very safely, and so was my grandmother before, as well as after my cousins were born too, and they were always very proud of my grandparents and my Auntie Hazel before and after they passed on. And I'm very lucky and very fortunate to have the very wonderful opportunity to ride ETS here, St. Albert Transit, Strathcona County, Calgary Transit whenever visiting my friends in Calgary out of town, and also on my visits in Hamilton, the Greater Toronto Hamilton areas, whenever visiting our friend Kayla, my old friend Josh, my Auntie Paula, my Auntie Jocelyn in the Greater Toronto Hamilton areas, in Waterdown, and also looking forward to saying on a very positive note, I am very fortunate to have the very wonderful opportunity to use my amazing Presto Smart Fare card to use on our familiar bus routes on our HSR Hamilton Street Railway buses, our Go Bus and Go trains on Go Transit, our subways on our Young University Spadina line between Bloor Young Station, Wellesley College, TMU, Queen Station, King Station, between Union Station, St. George Station, as always, St. Andrew, Osgood Station, St. Patrick's Station, Queen's Park Museum Station, between Bloor Young Station, Bay Station, St. George Station, Spadina Station, Bathurst Station, Christie Station, Dufferin Station, and Ossington Station. I am always very careful, always watching for other people, and very fortunate to have the opportunity to use our familiar streetcar line routes where my Auntie Paula and I used to go to when I was very young, with 510 Spadina over at Spadina Station, 506 on College Street on Queen's Park Station. Now I have 505 Dundas and 501 Queen for Eaton Centre as a very wonderful, amazing alternative way whenever using our Young University Spadina line on the subway anytime during the day on visits too, folks. I'm very fortunate too because I now have Oakville Transit to use on my Presto card on visits in Hamilton, Ontario during the day on visits from Edmonton, Alberta too, ladies and gentlemen. It is a very wonderful and very amazing opportunity. In fact, I have been very fortunate taking public transit on ETS here in Edmonton, Alberta since the day before going from elementary school 21 years ago in grade 6 in between May, June 2005 and my final 2 months of elementary school in Westwood and Avonmore, and moving on to LY Cairns in grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, grade 10, grade 11, grade 12, returning grade 12 for 8 long years. It has been a very wonderful, amazing adventure since before as well as after I graduated high school in LY Cairns in June 2011, 15 years this June. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I would love to say thank you very much for this live mid-March 2026 update, ladies and gentlemen. And before I go, I would love to say my mom and I, as well as my stepdad, we are also very excited to see the new Disney Pixar movie Hoppers as well. We can hardly wait to see what it's like. And best of all, ladies and gentlemen, next September 2026, at the end of this summer, is going to be my amazing 4th year anniversary working at Loblaw City Market in Ice District. In fact, I have been working there in grocery for almost 4 years now, and I'm very fortunate to have this wonderful, amazing job, and also love doing YouTube videos of public transit systems, elevators, buses, subways, streetcars, LRTs, and GO train content. In fact, I'm always very careful, always watching my surroundings, watching for other people, look around as I go too, and the same when I go visit my friends out of town on visits too. And I always do the right things and always keep in touch with our friends, my family, to let them know what is going on as well. Thank you again for this live mid-March 2026 update, folks. Please stay tuned for live end of March 2026 update. It will be on a separate YouTube premiere. Thanks again, folks, for this live mid-March 2026 update. I look forward to providing the amazing, wonderful news what the live end of March 2026 update has in store. See you soon, folks.